What's going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and this is my show, Uncut Astrology, where I take off the mask and go deep behind the veil and give you this week's astrological forecast for the week of June the 8th through the 14th of 2016. And I want to say, check out leokingevents.com because my Hope in the Desert Astrology Conference, the tickets are now available. I've made available one-day tickets if you just want to show up for the conference aspect of it. There's also the 3-day tickets available that are in 3 different tiers and pay-per-view. So if you want to watch it and you can't make it out to Las Vegas, seriously, I made it to where everybody can be part of this conference. Check it out at leokingevents.com. And of course, if you want to get me on the app every day where you can get daily astrology, horoscopes, and videos, it's all on my app, the leokingApp.com. Make sure that you check that out. Also, my daily notifications, it's all on there too. And if you want to go deeper into June webinar is available at inclusiveistrategy.com or in the app in the store. So, kind of an eerie week to talk about. And remember, if you share this video, I totally forgot to say this, I will do a free reading for you if I pick you every week. So we had 1.6 thousand shares on Facebook last week, and tonight I'm going to pick the person that I picked, and I'll share their info on my Facebook. But you're going to have to follow me on David Lawrence Palmer and share this video for an opportunity for a free reading, and it's pretty cool. You also get sent the notes that I have that go out to you. Now, eerie week. Weird week. Weird time. Neptune retrogrades, which we're coming into this week, are always weird. And especially when you're in the sign of Gemini and when Mercury is coming into Gemini this week. So this is really where the mutable energy that we've been in, because we have Jupiter in the North Node in Virgo, and we'll have the moon here this week, so that'll be 3 energies there. We're gonna have Mercury come into Gemini this week, the Sun and Venus in Gemini. Then we're also going to have Neptune go retrograde, which is an immutable sign in Pisces. We have Chiron in Pisces. We got Saturn in Sagittarius, which is a mutable sign. I mean, the energy is all over the place. Trying to keep everything together, trying to understand which direction everything is going is really, really complicated right now. And this week, the Sun and Venus have been following each other. So the Sun is literally burning Venus. Venus is passing the Sun. Venus is turning into the evening star right now. And so we're at a major transitional time in our life with our projects, with our relationships. And this is us trying to really put a grip on them, trying to understand what the hell is going on, especially because it's in the good sign of Gemini, which wants to have the facts, which wants to figure things out. But it's not that simple. Neptune is going retrograde. And whenever Neptune goes retrograde, you feel the true power of Neptune, which is the fog, which is the fantasy, which is the deception, which is the subconscious, which is the unconscious. And so there's a lot of unconscious things that are bubbling up to the surface. There are past things that are coming up to the surface. There are emotions that are very sensitive that are coming up to the surface. And this is a crazy week, I'm going to be honest with everybody, because everything is so sensitive, because everything is so misunderstood, because everything is so unsure. This is Saturn square Neptune, remember. So there is this where everything is moldable and pliable. It's like Play-Doh right now, literally. Like this is like a Play-Doh world we're living in. Like one minute it seems like, oh, I'm going to enter this relationship, and then the next it's like, guess I'm not. And then it's like, am I going back into that, or is this going to be made, or maybe I'm moving here, or maybe I'm going to take this job, or is this really going to work, or maybe I'm, it's like things are just all over the place. Mercury's come out of its shadow period, so now Mercury's going full speed ahead, and Mercury's about to enter Gemini, where it will only be in Gemini, if I remember right, I think it's only 17 days. 17 days for Mercury to fly through 30 degrees. That means Mercury's going to be going almost 2 degrees a day, okay? That means it's just going to be flying by at its fastest speed, which means this is going to be starting when Mercury comes into Gemini at the beginning of this coming up week, right? This means this next 2.5 weeks are going to fly by so fast. Do not waste it. Even though things are going to be all over the place and crazy, this is a time for you to really, you're going to want to jump. You're going to want to do this. You're going to want to do that. And Mars is retrograding in Scorpio, and there's a lot of deeper things that are trying to be revealed to you. And it makes it even more confusing, right? The positive news of this week is things are moving rapidly. Things are here to move for you if you're ready for them. But this is 4 planets retrograde. This is a mutable cross on the weekend when the moon comes into Virgo and does square the sun and Venus in Gemini. While this is where Jupiter in the North Node is, this is about cold, hard reality and letting go of what is fantasy, letting go of what is holding you back, letting go of where you've been kind of trying to escape reality and facing reality. This is a week to face reality. And even though Neptune's going retrograde, and I think it's going to reveal where you're lost. I think it's going to reveal where you've been letting yourself run away, per se, from really doing the work. You know, Virgo is a sign of work. We're going to turn this up because I'm at sunset right now. And so I don't even know if I can go up any higher. That's, I think, as high as I can go here. Better finish this thing before I lose the sun here. But you know what? That's kind of the element. I looked ahead in the astrology, and if you all know, this week's the last crazy week, and then I'm going to be honest, June 20th through, you know, let's call it to the beginning, like the end of August, is a lot more easy and chill, and a lot of the universe, like, this is where you kind of like do what you got to do. You finish your things that you got to do in your life. You get your life together, because we all have to take some breaths for September, which is going to be a huge major transition point of eclipses and Jupiter moving signs. And there's so much that's happening in September. It really is astronomically incredible. And especially the Mercury retrograde that's coming in a Mercury ruled sign. Those are always crazy. But here we are having Mercury coming into a Mercury ruled sign, Gemini, at a time where the confusion is at peak, at a time where we want to understand everything, but you're going to have to go into this really blind. But going from that root chakra we talked about last week, going from that deep inner want and need, you got to go there, knowing with what you can, I don't want to say orgasm with, but that's a better way to do it. Like, you know, people are like, what the hell is this guy saying? Like, what you can really win and what you can't win. This is not a time to, like, go off, you know, oh, I think I can win this. You got to kind of go off of like a deep reserve, knowing that you have that reserve gas. This is a time where the gasoline is coming to empty, and Mars in Scorpio rules the reserve tank. It is that extra power, right? It is that hero that when it's like the last life and you have nothing left, that you pull up, and it's because you desire it so much you go for it. And with all these times and all this confusion and all this cold hard reality taking place, don't let your sensitivities, or don't let yourself fall victim anymore. This is about victimization that you put on yourself and your own beliefs. This is about victimization of, you know, oh, it's not going to work out because of this and that. You know what? You need to just put the work in. Do the right thing. Do the pure thing. Do the thing you know that's right. Do the thing you know will get you there. Do the thing you know you'll win at, and you will succeed. And this is the time for you to not get lost in your own delusions, not lost in your own mind games, not lost in your own beliefs of, oh my gosh, I'm a victim, or oh my gosh, I can't do this, or oh my gosh, I'm just like living in a fantasy, or this isn't going to work out. It is all going to work out. It's just that your mind can't see it right now. And with Sun conjunct Venus, you know, you have to re-up your ante on your self-worth. You're going to be triggered by other people's self-worth. You're going to be triggered by relationships. This is where relationships are coming together and breaking up at the speed of light, and this is where things are coming together at the speed of light, and you're kind of like having to be like, can I do this? Can I not? And you just can't like go, you know, fly away, or, you know, go do a cocktail to get rid of it. It's going to pop right back up in the morning. It's going to pop up right back in your face. Virgo is right in your face. Virgo is in the moment. Virgo is always in front of you. This is where Jupiter and the North Node are starting to conjunct, and this is where this big first quarter square of the moon is. So you're going to have to wake up to reality. It's both Mercury ruled energies, right? The moon in Virgo, the sun in Gemini, and this is all about really starting to understand the clear facts instead of the delusional beliefs, the victimization beliefs, the I don't know if this is going to happen beliefs, or this happened to me, and blah, blah. You can't let that stuff happen no more. I'm too sensitive in this space. You know, in the past, Mars is cutting through the last couple years of your life, and where you were afraid. You're facing extreme, deep fears. And you need to not let your mind attach to that. You need to say, you know what, mind? That happened in the past. This is what's happening now. This is the new story that I'm coming into now. And you know, the moon's going to come into such a great aspect with Libra by the end of this week. And it's going to be this really topsy-turvy moment here, because by the end of this week, we're going to have Venus and the Sun starting to square Chiron. And that's where I'm bringing up this victimization rules of things not working out, or feeling like, you know, this whole new relationship thing might not work out the way you thought it would. That could happen this week. This whole rebooting of relationships with the Sun-Venus conjunction that finished the 4-year cycle we talked about last week, and then the 12-year cycle that we talked about in June of 2004, wasn't all about like giving you the ultimate prize of maybe somebody, but maybe it was giving you the ultimate prize of rebooting and starting from fresh, a new perspective in relationships, in conquering things that you want to accomplish and create. And it's more about that fresh new start, and having maybe relationships, maybe projects that didn't work out, show you that you are in a place where at least you can go in a fresh new direction. So this is really all about newness. Gemini is all about that fresh approach, that fresh new start, that fresh spark of energy. And I think that you need to be ready for that energy. Be ready for things to feel like they're falling apart. But with the quick and the speed of Mercury coming in to its natural home, that new things will come quicker than lightning. New things will come faster. You're facing deep fears. You're ready to move through them and clear them. And that's what this has been all about. Things get so much easier when we come into the end of Gemini into Cancer, okay? We got to get there though first. Neptune weeks, when it goes retrograde, feels like an eerie, weird storybook. There's stillness, there's frantic energy, there's delusions, there's a psychosis that could happen possibly. Mental asylums rule this area when you get Mercury in its natural home, Gemini and it's the Sun there, and Venus there with a Neptune, opposition or square, with it going retrograde, with a big Virgo energy. I mean, the energy's all over the place. I hate to say it, but it rules seizures in the ancient astrology. Like, we're all going through a spiritual seizure, okay? And there's a purging happening with it. And it's freaky, but at the same time, it's time to change. It's time for a fresh new, and all the mutable signs represent endings. They're the end of season. Here we are ending spring, right? We're ending fall if you're in Australia. We're ending things, and with all these planets and ending signs, you're at a massive end point right now. With Mars retrograde in Scorpio, it's fixating and giving you the courage to end the deep fears of the last 3 years. I mean, the exact reference would be more of the fears you had in 2014 and 15. But that's what this is about. And if things don't work out that you thought would, realize that's the gift. And the gift isn't, especially when Venus is in Gemini, it's not physical. And the relationship so much isn't, physical sometimes. It's more that you are at a new understanding, a new excitement, a new place. Let's hope I got. Oh yeah, I'm almost out of sun here, folks. At least they got the ball lit. Spirit hasn't let me finish this off right yet. The North Node and the South Node are connecting with Pluto at the same time that all this mutable energy is in. Jupiter is starting to trine over to Pluto over the next couple weeks. It doesn't have to be all figured out. Close all the doors, because there's only a couple really important doors that you want to open, and they're not attained yet. In order to attain those things, you have to be perfectly clear and pure, because Virgo represents purity, people. True purity, physical purity, virginity, right? You have to, at this time, purify yourself. Neptune retrograde is a spiritual purification. A big Jupiter moon conjunction north node square to the sun Venus is purification of the mind as well and the body. This is a week of purification, not attaining. So don't be frustrated that it's not gonna go and be manifested the way you want it to. And it's gonna fall apart. But it's because the powerful new doors that are opening in our life is for a more pure, ready, more attainable world that you want. And these are the things that are ending and shocking and letting go. And the things are gonna come in faster than you're ready for. So when it comes to these projects and stuff, the news is coming. And the news is gonna catch up to Venus, trust me, and the sun as quick as it can, faster than it will ever be able to catch up. You are never gonna see this, folks, like this. Mercury go this fast in Gemini, okay? This is gonna feel like the next couple weeks go by so fast you don't even, it's crazy. And things are gonna be changing so fast and you're gonna hear people changing their lives faster than lightning. But it's okay. The new attainable world, we're right in between that spot. This is the molding, the flexing. Be flexible as hell right now. And be excited because the gift is what comes after the fall of it all. That's coming is the new stuff. So that's the best I could say for everybody right there for this week. LeoKingEvents.com. I'd love to see you out in the desert. I'm bringing hope out to the desert. I'm going to do a video about why I'm doing this astrology conference. The main reason is because we need hope again after the last 4 years. And this conference is going to not only bring you that hope, show you the future, show you the past, but more importantly, go into the history and everything that's been happening about astrology, about what's been going on. So hope you check it out. LeoKingEvents.com. Thanks so much for all the support, everybody. Check my Facebook to see who won for last week's sharing of the Uncut, and make sure that you share this Uncut so that you can get a free little reading from me and get the notes that I do this on, and I do a handwritten message to you, and I actually snail mail it to you. Thanks so much for all the support. Hope you have a wonderful week through this neurotic, crazy week, okay? It's a roller coaster, baby, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. And you know what? It's ironic. I didn't plan on being here actually today, but like, look at this, okay? There is a circus right there, a circus tent, right? Literally. It's a circus. Look at Circus Vargas. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's a circus out there, folks. So, they can be fun, they can be crazy, but what do you leave with after the circus? You kind of are happy to get back to your life in your own world. It's an entertaining thing that kind of doesn't stay with you. This is a time where things are not sticking, things are dissolving. I'll see you guys next week.